Yeah, she got my notification. That's a miracle. Everybody usually says they get their notifications 10 minutes later after I start singing my song. Let's see, what's that? Oh, I forgot. Oh, well. Yeah. Oh, sometimes, second person in the room. Welcome to the room, second person. Um, yeah. Yeah, so, oh, third person. Oh, three. Oh, wonderful people. Yay. Yay. Wherever you came from? Oh, well, the one the person left. Eh, I probably one of those people on Twitter and Reddit and say, oh, I thought he was famous. I guess not. Bye. Oh, well. That's all right. That's all right. I got two people. That's good. That's good. Oh, it's good. Yeah, well, you know, um, sometimes you try to, you know, you talk to relatives and stuff, and yeah, you explain things to them, and sometimes relatives, I have to refresh. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, refresh. Yeah, there's a song called "Refresh" by Kool and the Gang, I think. Refresh. I wish I could sing like Kool and the Gang. I can't. How can? Let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you tell relatives, well, it kind of is and kind of isn't. Sometimes you explain to relatives on you know how some things should be sold, like some family items, and they say it's not worth anything, and they don't want to try or split money with you. And I just think to myself, if they don't want to split money with me, I'll just keep it all myself. The hell with it. you know, you try to explain things, and talk to my relatives. I might as well talk to a bottle of sleeping pills. I might as well talk to my males. Feels like a nail in the head. Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess the Twins will be playing baseball again this spring. They say they're going to get 10,000 people at the stadium, and I wish I can play Major League Baseball. It'd be fun. Excuse me. And 6 foot tall, I'd be short for a pitcher. Yeah, I'd be a short guy these days in Major League Baseball. Those guys are 6'3", 6'4". Then let's see. Then it's worth more than Elon Musk's net worth, and you, yeah, Elon Musk, yeah, yeah, yeah. He got rich off the Tesla, even though he had disadvantages. I've read, because there are some states that told him that in order for him to sell his Teslas, he had to have a dealership. Why have a dealership? It doesn't make sense. But some of those states, they are, well, we'll fix him. And then General Motors and Ford and Chrysler, of course, they want them to have dealerships too, because then they'll say, otherwise they'll say, yeah, that's not fair. We have dealerships and they don't. You know, yeah, no. I mean, I may dislike what a lot of those vehicle dealers do, but without those vehicles that they've made over the years, I know I wouldn't be in this earth because I rode to the hospital in a vehicle. Yeah, I forget what I rode in. Now I rode in my ex-friend Dwayne's vehicle for some sedan. Yeah, I think it's a Plymouth or something. Yeah, he loved Chryslers, as I recall. Yeah, it was probably not a collector's item, but at least it got me to the hospital. Got mom to the hospital before I was born, anyway. But yeah, because before the vehicles, you got to remember a lot of children say I know a chicken that says she drove. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure they are. Well, chick autocorrect is not. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tesla's they really go fast, those electric vehicles. And oh yes, and speaking of electric vehicles, Ford invented an electric Mustang, an SUV Mustang or something. If it's, I think it was an SUV Mustang. Yeah. Well, Jay Leno was impressed. So if Jay Leno's impressed, it must be all right. Because if anybody that ever watches Jay Leno's Garage, anybody who knows vehicles, it's Jay Leno. Boy, he's got knowledge. Yeah, if you ever see Jay Leno, sometimes he'll drive. He drove I think it was like a '58 Chrysler Imperial. Just see how big that thing was. Wow. Yeah, he said it got like 11 miles to the gallon or something like that. Yeah, that's going downhill. Yeah, it's going downhill, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, I like to drive one of those babies. Can't find them though, unless you will go to a museum or the auto show. Hopefully, those auto shows will start showing vehicles again, so we can go see the auto show. I like to go see the auto show. That's fun. You know, haven't been to one in years. Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Oh, third person welcome. Excuse me. I had to welcome the third person in the room. Yeah, yeah, gotta welcome the third person. And oh boy, yeah, yeah, just Wise Logic, welcome to the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yeah, I like Wise Logic and Alex Schmidt. Yes, yeah, yeah, and then I'm the Beaver or something. Randy is the Beaver. No, no. I remember Leave It to Beaver. They make that kid like he's like an A minus B plus student, but then he's so dumb in real life. No. Yeah, just people go where they want because as I've traveling down the road, more and more people are driving, and people are doing more things now, So, well, like I say, it's up to the people what they want to do, and like I say, speaking for myself, I'll wear my mask in the stores, but if somebody doesn't want to, I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna, you're not wearing your mask, put it on. No, I won't do that. Fine. Person who want to wear the mask, don't. If they start sniffling and sneezing or something, I'll walk the other way. They don't care if you walk the other way. No crime against that. Yeah, people are more traveling a lot more than they used to. I mean, look at the gas prices. They're like what, 264 to 274 a gallon now. So more people are traveling. Yeah, and of course when you go to some big cities like Chicago and Los Angeles, of course, gas prices are much higher. Maybe $4 a gallon because of the taxes they put on it. For some of those cities, I think the taxes go to mostly the corrupt politicians who take their big cut and give the crumbs to the rest. That's how that works in some of the bigger cities, Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I noticed too. Yeah, it fogs up when a person looks at stuff. Because sometimes I look at CDs at the stores. My glasses, really fog up. Yeah, yeah. So it's tough. And the last time I took a magnifying glass, hey, Patrick Marshall, welcome to the room. All right, I got 4 or 5 people. I got 4. That's all right. Okay, 5th person, you're okay. You're okay. But down to 4, that's all right. 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Patrick Marshall. I like that name. Remember old Peter Marshall from Hollywood Squares? He was father of a baseball player named Pete Lecoq. My name Pete Lecoq. Yeah. Yeah, I got his baseball card once, so I think this guy's going to be a star. No, he's a bench player, but hey, I wish I was a bench player in baseball. That'd be fun. Yeah, you got cut from a softball team before, so hey, I got cut from softball, so hey. Planning some road trips? That's a good question. I've been thinking about it. Planning real carefully where to go. I've been through lots of towns and stuff, and of course, like I say, always. Yeah, we don't really have much of a lockdown. See, in some places in the United States, I guess we have lockdowns, and some we basically don't. And in the state of Minnesota, we don't seem to have much of one. They advise against traveling far, but I see less and less people are listening, and it's up to the people if they want to listen or not. I'm not going to tell people what to do. I mean, if I told people what to do in my lifetime, I wouldn't have any teeth to eat, believe me, and I wouldn't have any eyes to see, and I wouldn't smell my nose. Yeah, there you go. You could film that trip too, Alex. That'd be cool. Yeah, film the trip to South Dakota. That'd be cool. Yeah, just like my parents did years ago when they filmed the trip to Wall Drug in South Dakota. They got it to Wall Drug. Yeah. And when my vintage videos and others, I'm not in that video. Yeah, my mother took a video like out the car window at the door with the window shut. She could picture traffic going by the freeway. I didn't care. Yeah, mom tried. Yeah. I mean, she isn't isn't the. I mean, she's carrying this big clunky heavy camera, which has like a 480 480 with HP or something. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you can make some money, Alex. I hope so. Yeah, there's people that make money and there's people that lose money. Yeah, that's for sure. People that make and people that lose. A lot of people that lose money. Well, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that commit suicide because of it, especially the ones that get inherited money from their parents who did nothing in their lives but had inheritance money. They lost inheritance money. What do I do? Bang! And that's it. I mean, that happened often, during the Great Depression. How the Depression doesn't come back. Oh, gee. Well, if we had the Depression now, that'd be scary. I wouldn't even go. No, in some ways, yeah, but it depends on how much money a person has and where a person, I think, lives. Yeah, of course, a person, for example, doesn't want to be, say dirt poor and live on Lake Street in Minneapolis, for example, or Chicago Avenue. Alex and I know about Minneapolis, St. Paul, so and some parts of St. Paul too. Yeah, we wouldn't want to live there, poor. Go outside, you look around, make sure no one jumps you for coins. Prune Trace Face, welcome. Happy Friday to you. Yes, happy Friday. Happy Friday, happy Saturday. Saturday night, Friday night. Ooh, baby. Maybe I should start singing again. I don't know. I wish I could get a hit, but I can't. um, yeah. Um, wow. It's just, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's Friday here where I'm at. It's 11:17 p.m. in Central Time. So you must be in Eastern Time. So, or yeah, Eastern or not no mountains. The other time. Yeah. See, there's Pacific, Mountain, Central, Eastern, other time, other time, other time, other time. There's so many times around. Oh, welcome to the room, fifth person. I keep forgetting to look up there, see how many people are in the room. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's just weird about the earth. Just so weird. Yeah, sometimes say Rice and we're in St. Paul. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the trouble. See, sometimes when they build an area real nice, then when these people, when the real poor people relocate, they just make a bad area someplace else. That's what happens. Just like in what was it, Seventh and Hennepin? Yeah, they used to be really terrible there, and then once it's there between 7th and 11th and Hennepin in Minneapolis, it was like really bad. You had to watch your back, make sure you don't get jumped for a dollar or something. Yeah, yeah, they've improved on that. So then all the people there moved around to Rice and Elba Marley, and moved over there too, I'm sure, and moved to Lakes, but what could I guess, you know, it's 4 a.m. here in the UK. Oh, cool. Yeah. The United Kingdom. Yes. I used to study that often in school. Oh, the United Kingdom. Yeah. See, what do the people really think of the British royalty, like Queen Elizabeth and stuff? As people in England anyway, because I mean, I like to know from the regular people, not from the media. I like to know from the regular people like yourself what people think of the British royalty. Out of my curiosity's sake, there, Patrick. Out of curiosity's sake. Because it's good to know, because like I say, everything depends on the area. See, I don't rely on what the media says about anything, because the media likes to make things better than they really are most of the time. Yeah, the Queen's like a vampire. There you go. Yeah, yeah, she looks like a vampire. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah, the old royalty. I remember when they had power. The old Queen Victoria. She controlled half the world. Old Queen Victoria. Yeah, Queen Victoria. Oh, let's go attack India today. Okay, go attack India. Let's go attack Vietnam today. Go attack Vietnam. Queen Victoria did that. We need the resources. We need the metal. We need this for our country. Because when people attack other countries, they attack them for minerals. For like oil and metal and all that other stuff. Yeah, that's the way people are. That's the way leaders are. Leaders are always saying all the time, we're gonna go attack this country and that country, and then they send the military after them, just like Mama Shirley used to say. Hey, stupid leaders! They always say that they're gonna get after them, then they send the military. Yeah, Mama said that. Yeah, Mama was right too. Yeah. Yeah, Mama called those leaders cowards. Mama was right. Anybody could sit behind a desk and act tough, because a lot of those leaders, you noticed, they're the ones that live for years, while the frontline soldiers or whatever, or the troops or whatever they call them, the legionnaires, they're the ones in the front lines and dying. Well, IF. Hmm. If, yes. Oh, you meant it. Okay. If a picture paints 1,000. Oh yeah. I remember that song with Bread. If a picture paints 1,000 words, why can't I paint you? Yeah. Yeah, I remember Bread. What the name of a band, Bread? Weird. Me, I'm not. I've never been a parent to. No, because I've been too poor to have kids. Okay, honestly, it's pretty mixed in the UK. It's different than what the media makes it out to be. Most of us are basically pretty passive about them, but every now and then a scandal comes up. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, the leaders. Yeah, that's true, Alex. Yeah, they act like morons. I think some of them act like morons on purpose. Some act like morons on purpose, so they think, oh, this person's really stupid. They're not really. They're educated, but a lot of some of them just act stupid. Yeah, there's some that really are stupid, but the ones that make a lot of money, though, well, they know how to lever. They know how to con people and take people's life savings, and I'll go to bed. You know, yeah, that's the way some of those leaders are too. Oh, okay, yeah, you're Welsh. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's good. It's good to know stuff like that, Patrick. It's good to know that stuff. We learn something new every day. You know, yeah, for us in the United States, the way I mean, I'm a non-political channel technically, but okay, it's like 40% liberal, 40% conservative. The 15%. Oh, should I go this way or that way? And the 5% say, maybe the 4 or something. Screw it. Yeah, that's how it works. One goes this way, one goes that way. But there's 40%. They're hardcore either way. And we have our different kinds of states and different kinds of towns, or people are just totally different. Sometimes you go from one state to another, it's like another world. It's like, say, Alex, for example, when you go to South Dakota from Minnesota, it's like another world. Or North Dakota, in that matter, it's like another world. It's weird. It's like they build their sidewalks different, they build their buildings different. 5%. 5% universally socialist. I will. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe there's a percentage that is socialist, sure, but like I say, though, most people, rely on the media stuff, the mainstream, so they rely on what they see, and they don't really look around on the internet too much. But that's what they do. They do what they want to do. Yeah, it's vastly different. Yeah, South Dakota is. Yeah, and the people are sort of different too. I mean, people are kind of different in every state and every town and every city, and it's just so weird. Yeah. That's weird. Go to the state of Montana, people are different too. Yeah, they're different in Montana. Alex, someday if you ever feel like traveling to like Montana, you go to the western part of the state of Montana, you can drive on a road for 8 hours, you might see one car go by all day. One car go by all day. That's weird. Drove for 8 hours and saw one car go by. And that Highway 537 road I took north of Hinsdale, that 220 miles of dirt road, I drove that 15 miles and turned around. That was chicken. That was the only road I ever turned chicken. It's an actual dirt road. The UK can be pretty similar, but it's mainly the north and the south that, yeah. Well, I see north and south are different. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah. We're subscribed to each other. One guy named, let's see, what's his name? Barrel Boy Woods. Yeah. He's a different cat. No, I mean, I like it. He's a nice guy and everything, I'm sure, but he's a different cat. Yeah, he's a different cat than I am. It's Barrel Boy Woods. That's how he says it. It's Barrel Boy Woods. So he went to the Mall of America once. So weird. Let's see. Have I ever been to the Mall? No, I don't think I've ever been to the Mall of America. No, I've never been there. Yeah, that's true. Yep, they always have those casinos, but a person's got to be careful of those machines because I sometimes wonder if they're rigged real bad or not. Because I know what I've heard is for the slot machines, it pays out like 3%, and that's about it. Yeah, 3%. The house gets 97%. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've been there in my life. No, but I was at Metropolitan Stadium before that a couple of times. Before they built the Mall of America, I used to sit in this one girder, this big steel girder that was holding the second deck, and I couldn't see. I say, Dad, can I move? I pay for the ticket. You get free. You sit there and shut your mouth. He'd say, okay, Dad. I didn't argue with my dad. I just we'll try to watch the ball player. Manchester. Oh, Manchester Liverpool have a rivalry. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's like sports teams, actually, It's like sports teams. And towns too, yeah. I'm sure they have their rivalries in towns. Well, Minneapolis, St. Paul don't really have a rivalry, no. Not as I know of anyway, but I think St. Paul's more interesting because they kept up most of the old buildings, while Minneapolis, they knocked all the old buildings down that were cool. Stupid Minneapolis. And there's my man Liverpool that touches your muscles, called the purple Eki. Interesting. Huh. And the U.S. is very unique because of the state's race. Yeah, that's true with the states. Yeah, every state has like different laws on things. They have their city ordinances too on things. If you leave too much paper in your yard, they could fine you $50, for example, for city ordinances in many cities, I'm sure, depending on the city. And their states, they have their laws on this and that. Some for seatbelt laws. Some states it's secondary. New Hampshire, you don't have to wear it. In some states, they'll fine you so high that you'll be crying. Yeah. And I know Canada is totally seatbelt law. I know the school buses, yeah. Well, Canada has more laws than the United States anyway, so yeah. And then Mexico, Mexico does what Mexico wants to do. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Scotland, yeah. Just like my subscriber, Rob Precious. Yeah, he lives in Scotland. Where would I move to if I lived if anywhere in the United States? Good question. I like the state of Montana. I like that. Great Falls looks like a nice city, actually. Let's see. State of New Mexico is kind of beautiful. Oh, Colorado is beautiful. State of Colorado is very beautiful. Well, about a couple of states. I mean, I wouldn't live by the oceans or anything because of all those hurricanes and stuff like that. They do massive damage, and a person couldn't afford a house by the beach, and I wouldn't want to live by the ocean. And I wouldn't even in the state of Louisiana, 50 miles in, which is like 70, 80 kilometers, I believe. Yeah, they had floods all over the place. They flooded houses up to the roof and all that. Just like when I went to Alma at the time, visiting a guy named Brian. Yeah, his town of Alma got flooded. Yeah, yeah. And I went to the Grand Isle State Park. I mean, it was actually an island, but the weird thing about the island is, see, yeah, yeah, I was like that too, Alex. I was around your age in the 30s. Let's see, it was in 1990. Oh, I was 31 years old. Before that, I only been to Wisconsin, Minnesota. I think I barely went to North Dakota. And one day I started just traveling. I thought, oh, the heck with it. I better start looking at other states before I croak. And I did, you know. Oh, let's see. Wait. One time I've been to Illinois. That's right. And it was Wisconsin. Yeah, I already said I went to Wisconsin too. Yeah. Oh boy. Fight this headache. I hope I don't get it. Oh, here there. I'll run and get aspirin. See if I visited any country. Lately on YouTube, I've been watching videos on Cambodia and Thailand, watching inside the towns and all those wild ladies. Well, trouble is they're ladies of the night though, and you should have seen some of those guys they took. Oh man. They must love money if they take some of those guys, man. I got an ugly mug myself, but you should see some of those guys, man. Let's see. Oh, one guy look ugly like thinking. Oh. See, I've only been in North and South Dakota, Wisconsin, Illinois, and that's pretty much. Yeah, I like those wild ladies. You betcha I do. Yeah. What they do is wild. Yeah. 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 Well, I know. Yeah, when I was a younger man, I used to be put down almost all the time. And after a while, you believe it and stuff like that, and yeah. Yeah, it's entertainment. I'm an entertainment guy. I'm a self put down type of guy. That's why I put myself down mostly. Oh, fifth person left. Thank you for stopping by, fifth person. I haven't been watching it up there lately. Kind of where the numbers are. Yeah, I haven't seen where the numbers are. I haven't seen where the numbers are. Oh. And I can sing like Jim Croce, paying 78 cents for a CD. I gotta open that and listen to it. Yeah. I've been to Canada once, actually. Yeah, I was in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Oh, right now, speaking of Canada, they've closed the borders. So, yeah. Well, I've heard Canada's closed their borders to the United States, so they won't let us in. But oh well. Oh well. We in the United States we got lots of land. Hey, we got desert. Yeah, Jim Croce does rock. Yeah. The only song I wish they had on it was Railroads and Riverboats. It was a filler song he had. Railroads and the Riverboats. Yeah, that was a filler, but well. Yeah. Sometimes they used to in the old. Did you watch the Saskatchewan Roughriders game? Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah. In Canadian football, they do a lot of passing. Yeah, the NFL in time kind of copied the Canadian way of football. With lots of passing stuff like that. Well, I know they really had to change the rules. I used to be against them changing the rules, but now I can see why. After seeing all those poor guys with CTE and stuff like that, So they had to change the rules, Hey, yeah. I wouldn't want my head smacked in the artificial turf. I just picked the name out of the blue. One day I wrote all in one, Randy the Wild Horse, all in one. And then I decided to spread it. But I actually like horses, yeah. But I only rode a horse once. So in Sabika, a friend of Lester Harsted's, he plopped me on a white horse. It was like a little pony, bare bottom, of course, no saddle. The horse jerked, wanted some grass. I almost fell on the rocks. Only, I almost fell down. It was close. There's some rocks over there. My head would have cracked the rocks, brother. Oh, I'll tell you. If I had been stepped on by that pony, it hurt when you're a little kid, you know. I mean, I wouldn't be stepped on by a pony now. Especially horses, you know, they like to go toilet whenever they feel like it. That's the way a horse is. They can't help when they go toilet. They say, I'm going toilet. That's it. You know. But then I just put the name out and it works great. Yeah. Rough Rider. That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. And we'll see. The horses came. Yeah, the Anderson Homes tour in Sabika. Yeah, I've seen that Anderson Homes, but I've never really been there. Some years back, when I picked up my dad from the Legion, he was trying to pick a fight with some guys from Anderson Homes, and they just laughed at him, and they were telling me like, "Hey, why don't you tell? Is that your dad?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Why don't you tell your dad to shut up? He's a waste of our time. I would like to beat him up, but that'd be too easy for us." And I thought, good, because they would have beat him bad too. My dad was drunk, by the way, you know. My father, no, he was not in the military. He was rejected in Korea because of something in his system. And according to what my dad said, some of those guys were saying to him, "You lucky SOB, you go to the military." You know, and he said back then, when guys were in line, they'd say, "You in the Army, you in the Navy, you in the Air Force, you in the Marines." You know, that's what they did. They did it back then. You know, now people have choices where they want to go, which is actually better. You know, I mean, if you like swimming, that's the Navy. And if you like running on land, that's the Army. If you like, you know, the Air Force is mostly fixing stuff on the planes. Very few people can fly those planes. And then you got the Marines where they run and go on water at the same time. The Navy and the Marines, you know, like work together, which a film I got, the USS Fort Fisher, that's not mine. That's not me being a Navy unknown person got that for me. You know, he knows how to get films for me when he feels like it. And at the time of your drafting, according to my late Uncle Ed, at the time, he, back in World War II, that's what he said. He wanted his mother, or my grandmother, to sign for him in the Coast Guard. She was refusing at the time, but then my late uncle said, okay, mother, but he says, but if I go in the Army, they might put me in the paratroopers, and I have no choice, you know. Yeah, and there was a guy named Harvey Peterson, the late Harvey Peterson. He was from Sabika, my dad's best friend at the time. Harvey Peterson was actually in the paratroopers in Normandy. You wouldn't think he was, the way he looked and acted. But Harvey Peterson was in the paratroopers. Yeah, and according to Harvey, if your buddy gets like hooked up on a tree and needs your help, if you're told to do that mission, you got to let your buddy go and do your mission. That bothered him for the rest of his life. He had to let a couple of buddies go because that's how the paratroopers work. That's what Harvey said. That's what Harvey said. I don't know what they do in the paratroopers now, but that's what Harvey told my dad once. And he told my dad not to tell anybody, but since they're both dead, I can tell. You know. Yeah. As far as drafting, yeah, I think they do physicals and stuff, make sure they don't get flat feet or or make sure they got good sight, make sure they don't have bad hearts, or make sure they have their kidneys, and uh, well, yeah, they can reject you for that too, of course, sure, yeah, yeah, they reject people if they have that. Mm-hmm. There's people that do get out of the military, through influence from other people. That's not just the United States. That's every country in the world. Just think, even the communist countries, say the Soviet Union, say a parent was, say a colonel, say the dad was a colonel, and in the Soviet army, and say his son was in there ready to go to combat. Country, you'll try to save his son. Oh, my son's needed for something else. I'm going to put him over there and stuff. And they do that. They always do that in every country. It's not just the United States. They do that because they always influence. Everybody uses influence if they have it. Some people are out of luck. Some people have luck. It's the way it works. It's the way it works. Yeah, it's the way it works. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. 100%. Yeah. 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 I'm glad I've lived, I guess, 56 years thus far. So I guess I did something right. 56 years, even though I do any shopping? No, not really that much. No, nothing to really brag about. All I did is bought food, and that was about it. And I already spent a lot of my money. I bought that cool Burnsville Braves jacket that's leather. I had to pick that up for only $19. That was a steal. Yeah, I looked there again, and I didn't see anything good. I saw, you know, just mostly worn out clothes, and I got plenty of those. So yeah. Most of your clothes in the thrift shops are worn out threads for the poor. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you had to be like a special player to get that jacket. You had to be a state football champion, and the chances of being a state football champion are very, very, very slim. You know, yeah, very slim. Oh, okay, yeah, 1917. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that sometime. Movie 1917. So, write that down so I don't forget, because I usually forget. Okay. Okay. Oops. Got it. Oh, I got some junk on there. Oh, welcome to the room, fifth person. I forgot about that. Okay, I'll check that out sometime. Yeah, thanks, Alex. Yeah, write myself. Got to write some things down, otherwise I tend to forget. Because I don't have as good of a memory as most people. Yeah. Oh, that second computer. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that sometime. That should be in the dump, because that computer, the Compact Presario, is like out of date. It has that flash drive stuff, which my one I got now does not. My HP Hewlett Packard Pavilion. It's a Core 15 Intel. Yeah, that one is much more powerful, even though it's weighs less and much smaller. This one's way more powerful. I mean, this one is like a modern computer. It makes like that one of those old Russian cars in the 1960s in comparison. or a Yugo. I'll say an old 80s Yugo. Yeah, that's better. Wait, they were all bad cars in those countries. Oh, welcome, sixth person. Oh, sixth person left. Okay, thanks for stopping by, sixth person. Thank you. Okay, I had to thank the sixth person here. Yeah, I had to thank the sixth person. Okay. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. As I say, I get rid of that computer sometime. I got to start, you know, start getting rid of some stuff. I got too much. Sometimes a person just collects things and, a lot of the stuff is worthless and they got to get rid of it and hope the charity place takes it. And some do, some don't, you know. That's how it works in the charity room. What am I going to do for the weekend? Me? Probably stay home and relax. That's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah, that's what I do. But I'm not going to go. All right. Yeah, okay there, Slantwise Logic. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you very much. Yeah. And have a great time. Stay safe and live a long and prosperous life. That's what a person should do, actually. Live long and prosperous. I hope. Yeah, live long and prosperous. So, yeah. Yep. Oh, boy. Yeah. I just. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. In fact, the older I get, the less I do, I mean, person's got to be careful getting drunk, and stuff these days. Because if a person drives and has, like, in the state of Minnesota, 0.08, just think, 0.08, they're in trouble. $1,000 to get your license back in the state of Minnesota. That's a lot of money. $1,000. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and don't forget too, those that collect pop cans. If you collect beer cans, make sure you put in the trunk of your car because if a person puts an empty beer can in a car, a person could get in trouble for open bottle. Yeah, actually they can. There's cops that'll do that. Oh yeah, extra ticket quota and their feather in their caps. Feather in their uniform. And, an extra stripe or an extra bar on their side, Yeah, so person put it in the trunk or put it in the back of the SUV. Yeah, or back of the pickup truck, of course. Yeah, back of the pickup. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I do have my license, Alex, myself, but I'm just like very careful. It's a bummer you don't have your license, I'll be and get it sometime. Hope so. Unless if you're banned for license for life, that'd be a bummer. Oh, I feel for you, brother. If you're banned for life, I don't want that. Because 3 times for drunk driving in the state of Minnesota, license revoked for the rest of the life. Yeah. So I got 2 more strikes myself, which I'm not going to do another strike. Not me. Nope. Yeah, even one shot of vodka is automatically drunk driving because that's 1.0 in the bloodstream now. So before it was 1.0 is, yeah. Yep. And then the state of Minnesota got funny one time, remember? Yeah, so oh, well, you never had your license to begin with. Weird. Oh, I see. Yeah, I had my license at 16. See, I lost it. Oh, I was trying to get it back. It took a couple of years. Then my sister helped me get mine back, and then I was happy I got it back. You know, yeah, I was happy I got my license back. And then after that, I never give free rides to moochers ever again. Well, no, I did it later on, yeah. But then I've learned not to do that because person's got to be careful because there's a lot of people that'll ride in your car and don't pay gas money or anything, which is dumb. But then when you're in trouble and lose your license, they don't help you. I've been through that before, especially in the losers of my past life in Brooklyn Park. The worst people I ever met in my life, the suburban snot rags. Yeah, they were worse than Minneapolis people. At least Minneapolis people didn't like to use people, or St. Paul people, in that matter, I'm sure. They're almost the same. I mean, they drink the same Mississippi River water, so they're probably almost the same, but they drink the river water. Because that's what I say is the reason a lot of people in Minneapolis and St. Paul are such fighting people is because of the water. They drink that river water. Yeah, they drink the river water. Yeah. Just like I said before, when I was a kid, I know I said in other videos, when I was a kid, my parents used to tell me, don't swim in the Mississippi River. I said, why? Oh, it's full of garbage and germs and all that yucky stuff. Oh, okay. No. I wouldn't even go in the Mississippi. Not Minneapolis, St. Paul, anyway. Not Minneapolis, St. Paul. Oh, yeah, the river is mostly Minneapolis, but part of it goes in St. Paul, too. Yeah. Hopefully some of St. Paul gets different water than the Mississippi. Hopefully. Oh, fifth person left. Thank you, fifth person. Fourth person left. Thank you, fourth. It's all right. It's all right. Now we got 3. Now we got 3 folks. Cool. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I suppose they're different thing. Yeah. Yeah, water. That's right. Yeah. Well, I think Minneapolis, St. Paul does share part of the Mississippi River anyway. Not the whole shebang, but I mean, Yeah. So saying that river water, that's different. Well, the cars that go across those bridges and all the oil drops in the river and all that, Well, they got the treatment plants and stuff. Sure. I mean, without the treatment plants, we couldn't drink water, period. Because, people don't know is water has got to be treated by the treatment plants. Because without the treatment plants, we wouldn't have drinking water basically at all. Unless a person wants to pay, Itasca, growing up, no, let's see, when I was little, I lived in Minneapolis, we went to Twin Lakes in Monaga, and we went to Horseshoe Lake in Browerville. Yeah, you got that on our old videos. That's the vintage ones, and I was in that one when I was a little kid. Yeah, it showed Twin Lakes of Monaga in the 70s where there's just thick with woods, but nowadays, a lot of the woods are chopped up because I noticed some of those people were wearing flip flops, and back in the 70s, you had to cover your skin basically head to toe because those bugs get on you all the time. You sit there, get out of here, bugs! Oh, those bugs, man. Oh, back then, those Foster's Lake, our family begged my dad, let's don't go there, too many bugs. Yeah, Minneapolis had a lot less bugs. The only thing we had to worry about was flies and bats. But yeah, we didn't understand about bats, and then I guess my mother watched a show on TV. They were saying, "Don't kill the bats, save them," or something. And my mother said, "I'm not gonna save no bats. I won't kill those bats. I hate bats." Because we used to have bats flying around the old house on DuPont. Bunch of fruit bats. We thought they were vampire bats. Yeah. Come on, bunch of that. Fangs and ooh. Yeah. 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 Oh boy. Oh boy, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Oh, I'm getting tired. Getting sleepy. See how long I can stretch this yap. Hope I can stretch it for a while longer. Yeah, I used to when I was a kid, Alex. Yeah, in that old house at 4731 DuPont Avenue. And we had bats flying in the living room sometimes. I think I've seen about 15, 20 of them. When we lived in the house in Brooklyn Park, we never saw any. I didn't realize until much later, humans do need bats because bats, eat insects and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, even when I watch the documentary sometimes on YouTube, I'll watch about the Komodo dragons. Oh man, some of those people are nuts. They go near a Komodo dragon. You're going to pay me to go near a Komodo dragon. I mean, they run 12 miles an hour. I can't run that far anymore, so the Komodo dragon would get me. Yeah, I wouldn't want those monsters to have me for dinner. Yeah, yeah. Man. Oh. Yeah, I'm just. Oh. Well, we'll see what 2021 holds up. Well, so far, for me, every year is the same. I still buy lottery tickets and never win anything big, but oh well. Oh well. Yeah, it beats going to the bar and getting drunk. That's why I look at it. Buying lottery tickets basically cured my drinking problem. If you can believe that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, this year started, the gas prices are going back up to normal again for us drivers. Yep, it's going back up to normal. Yeah, more vehicles and more idiots driving around and cutting in front of you, riding your bumper, and you give them courtesy, they sit there, and all kinds of strange drivers. Yeah, all kinds of strange drivers on the road. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Here I can make it. I'll try another 15 minutes, and I think I'll call it a wrap. Another 15 for me, I guess. Usually I'll wrap it up in an hour, but yeah, I'll stretch an extra 15. Since you three faithful people are here, I gotta give it another 15. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, I think a YouTube thing, well, for the YouTube thing, it's, it was pressure by the media and certain politicians, And of course, but then YouTube thing started too with that stupid Logan Paul showing a dead body on his YouTube channel and making jokes about it. Yeah, Logan Paul, I don't like that guy. He's good friends with PewDiePie, another classless jerk. Yeah, and a lot of people like to watch him, but I guess the reason I like to watch him because they're rich and they got all those cool cars, and of course, I got those beautiful women that flock to them, of course, for money, probably. Yeah, with their personality. Well, anyway, yeah. Yeah, then when the YouTube, they fudge stuff, make it like 1,000 subscribers and like so much watch time, and my watch time is way behind. So I mostly do it for a hobby anyway. I know I'm not going to be famous, and that's the way it is. So that's what I think of YouTube myself as a hobby, and yeah, and I say for the high gas prices, more people are going out and driving. So yeah, because before when I did drive, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they let Logan Paul on because he has like 30 to 40 million subscribers. Yeah, he has like that, and he has influence. But yeah, if I say certain wrong political things, like a friend that I had on Twitter that had like over 2,000 followers, uh, she said a certain kind of word I can't say here, and then Twitter like zapped her out, you know, eh, which is a bummer. But they just get strange on that stuff. Those tech people. Of course, they can use different accounts for those, but then you got to create yourself totally different. Yeah. Well, I even got a couple of strange warnings before from YouTube. Like they went in the Fort Fisher. They're showing these propellers going, and then there's a song. Dun-dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Yeah, and the YouTube was flagging me for that. I thought, what? For a song that goes, well, well, it is kind of pointless, Alex. But I just for Twitter, for me, for my personal opinion, for example, I like it better than Facebook because for the Twitter people, at least they're mostly into themselves. Some of them are full of themselves, yeah. But Facebook, for example, it's like this. Look at me, I'm cutting paper. Look at me, I'm holding an orange. Look at me, I'm eating a pizza. Then they smile in the restaurants and oh, they sit at a they're in the mall by some boring store, you know. Yeah, that's I see on Facebook anyway, and well, Reddit is mostly gossip. People gossip about each other, about everything. Yeah, yeah, they have bizarre verification policies. Yeah, I'm surprised I get away with stuff on Twitter. Oh yeah, TikTok. Yeah, yeah, TikTok. Yeah, it was from China. Yeah, TikTok. Yeah, yeah. Then when the media kept talking about TikTok, then it got much bigger. I don't use TikTok. I looked at TikTok and it's not for me. I already got 4 different things. I got Pinterest too. Pinterest is you stuff you just put up pictures of whatever you like, just to look at pictures. Yeah, I just mostly put up my own videos on Reddit. Yeah, that's what I do. I mostly put up my own videos on Reddit. Nobody cares. That's all right. That's all right. I only got 6 followers on Reddit, so that's all right. Yeah. Yeah, something I learned in life. Yeah, these days everybody thinks they're a superstar because they're on social media, and sometimes yours truly is guilty in his own way. Hey, eh. But as a realist, I don't beg for likes on videos because it's stupid. And some of the videos I go around, if they beg for likes, I'll dislike it. I'll say, okay, here's a dislike for you, buddy. Yeah, so I do it to some of them. They beg for likes, they dislike. Yeah, I'll do it. And if it's masterful, I'll give it a like. But if it's not masterful, I'll give it a dislike. Oh, get this! I remember one channel. I forgot about the channel name. This guy was playing. Was it children's kitty records and stuff like that? And then he's on like a GoFundMe or something. I need money. It's hard work for me to pick up children's records. Oh, I didn't know it was so hard to go to a bin in a thrift shop and look inside. He must have strain on his fingers. Oh, I looked at the records. It hurts my fingers. Any idiot can look at records. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Pinterest for cooking. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We didn't have that kind of stuff in high school. We had computers, but I think the only time I ever used a computer in high school was we were playing this game where we were supposed to go across the country in a covered wagon and from what was it, East Coast to West Coast. And I think when we got to Colorado or something, we starved and got killed and eaten by wolves or something like that. Oh well. Well, I wouldn't taste good to the wolves, but yeah, I wouldn't taste good to the wolves. Yeah, it was weird, but we didn't have much for computers. The only computers we saw was going to the arcade and playing Tempest and Pac-Man and Xenon, the pinball machine, and all the other stuff. And you had to put a quarter in for games not as good as the video games you play now, not nearly as good. Yeah, some of those arcades made a lot of money back then, but as soon as PlayStation, yeah, Oregon Trail, I think that's what it was called. Yeah, Oregon Trail. Yeah, it could have been that, or was it California Trail? For me, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, we were doing that in high school. Yeah, at the time was. Yeah, those computers back then, they were just so putsy slow. It wasn't funny, you know. Yeah, yeah. But as far as you know, going back to those days as a guy my age, no, I wouldn't want to go back. Why go back? 50 52-year-old man in the 80s. Yeah. Yeah, I bet there's some guys in their 50s. No, I'd like to go back to the 40s because there's some states I can marry a girl at 14 years old, some would say, you know. Yeah. Copyright 1992. Oh yes. Yeah, so it must have been a different game. Well, that was obviously more advanced than that 82 I was playing, you know, because back then computers weren't really very advanced. We had that, was it that Mattel football game? You know, you push buttons and, you know, you install offense and defense on the computer. And I played that game, and I mean, people spend $40 on that game. And I thought back then it was kind of dumb, you know. And then after that, they had Atari football. It was comical, unrealistic, but comical. Then we had Intellivision football, which was in some ways better, some ways worse. The offensive linemen just sit there, just sit there and do nothing. And then after a while, we had Intellivision. Yeah, I'd say it did. I still have mine on television. The paddles are screwed up, and they're stuck to the thing. I wasted, I think, was it $400 or $500 on the dumb thing in the 80s, all because of George Plimpton. This was on television. Yeah, okay, George. Thanks for conning me, George. Now, it's the last time I've ever been conned by an advertiser named George, for any advertiser. I got conned by George Plimpton. Look at the Atari, how it's so, and then look at the Intellivision, how fine it is. Yeah. Yeah, I got conned. Then they had the Nintendo, and I still got that. Yeah, and it still works, but sometimes yeah, they still sell those out there to get money for it. When the only few good games in that Nintendo, the first one I think is Pirates. I like that one. That's kind of interesting. And baseball is unrealistic, and basketball is fun and comical. Yeah, that's fun and comical. I know I like the television basketball too. Yeah, I like the television basketball. That was very comical. For the crowd cheering. Yeah, it sounds like a whisper when the crowd was cheering. I remember that. That was so funny. That was just so funny. Yeah. And I still have that in television, that broken one. Just weird. Yeah, and the first PlayStation I have, I think I gave that to the Salvation Army. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have. I had PlayStation 2, and maybe I shouldn't have given it to the Salvation Army, but I did, and I did. Oh well, you know. Sometimes you person don't think, you know. There's always those. Yeah, the wind sound effects. Yes. Yeah, that was still funny though. Oh yeah, speaking of that, what was it? I liked in television boxing. That was actually pretty good, except for you wear out the buttons really fast. Then when the guy knocks the one out, kind of looked realistic in a way, in its own primitive way. It looked realistic. Sometimes the guy knock out and the stars are going. And sometimes you get a guy you knock about 10,000 times and you person wins by points. Yeah. Yeah. Then you had, what was it? Dungeons and Dragons. That was primitive. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And there's this, it's even worse than that, actually, to be honest. The Dungeons and Dragons board game. I once played that. I thought, huh? It made Monopoly look fun in comparison to me. You know, isn't that weird? Something that makes Monopoly look fun. I didn't think Monopoly was that fun. It's fun enough. You can get Boardwalk and Barclays to win, but that's about it. But anyway, yeah, and as far as the yeah, it was George Plimpton. He was from England. Yeah, he was an actor at the time. He was back then. He was very famous, for his um plain comedy or something like that. He was like an old time Bob Hope in his own way, and I think he's better than Bob Hope. I never liked Bob Hope, but Bob Hope was very famous, so I'll give him credit. I mean, hey, back then being famous was a lot harder than it is now. Without this computer and all that stuff, Logan Paul and PewDiePie wouldn't be famous. I mean, they'd probably be famous for it. They'd probably go yell down the street and say, "I'm cool, I'm cool, I'm cool." It was back in the 70s or something, you know. Or they'll probably be in some Renaissance festival having garbage thrown at them or something. And we want to get hit with a baseball, though, in the head because all that brain damage, all that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is, a role-playing experience, yeah. I tried it before and it didn't appeal to me, no. You know, I'd rather do the video game stuff, yeah. I would. I definitely would. Yeah, be a lot better. Hmm. Yeah, a lot better. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I suppose Alex and the other two people, I'm gonna go because I'm tired. So have a good night and so long.